first up on the list, we got the Atlanta Hawks. I don't know any Hawks fans. Anybody, if you like to talk about the NBA, you like to talk about basketball, you want to come to the stage, feel free to come to the stage. But the Atlanta Hawks, real quick, looking at their year from last year coming into this season, start there. And again, my computer's loading a little slow, so bear with me. Um, computer's loading a little slow, bear with me. Last year, the Hawks went 36 games. So as I go through these teams, I'll be doing an over-under, my expectations for the team this season, and also my thoughts on how the team is going to be this season and anything I may think of in the next 2-3 years. That's for myself or anybody else that chimes in. Last year, the Atlanta Hawks went 36-46. I'm gonna go with the under. It's funny. I think that 10th seed in the Eastern Conference this year is not going to win 36 games. I think whoever's the 10th seed in the Eastern Conference is going to be around 33, 34, maybe even 35. So I'm gonna have them go under if that's even a game or two less. I don't really see them winning 36 or more games. Definitely not 38, 39, or 40. So it could be 36 again, but so to be safe or just to pick for the sake of the show, I'm going to go under. I think they win between 34 and 35 games. As far as what they did this offseason, obviously they tried a backcourt pairing of DeJounte Murray and Trae Young. Traded an awful lot for DeJounte Murray at the time, 3 first-round picks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You end up, they got lucky, honestly. Random. Nobody expected it. I didn't expect it. They came up and won the lottery. They had the first pick in the draft, and they drafted Zachary, or Zachary, however you say his name. The France guy, I believe. I think he's French. I'm sorry. Small forward, 19 years old, athletic wing, I can say. Could be a good pairing if you want to go with him and Jalen Johnson for the future, who I'm a big fan of. I love Jalen Johnson. If you play fantasy football, basketball, draft Jalen Johnson. I want to throw it out there. If you play fantasy basketball, draft Jalen Johnson. And I meant to say this yesterday. If you play fantasy basketball and you have the first pick in the draft, you should pick Wemby. You should not pick nobody else. You should pick Wemby. You should pick one. Wemby should be the first pick in all fantasy basketball drafts. I'm letting y'all know that now. If you play fantasy basketball, you have the first pick Wemby. Thank me later. If you're in a category league, let me throw that out there. If you're in a category league, pick Wemby. So yeah, Jalen Johnson also is a great guy to have in fantasy basketball. He was playing pretty good before he got injured last year. And yeah. But anyways, for the Hawks, I have them going under. My expectations for this team this year, Trae Young ball out. You want to see Trae Young put up around 27 to 29 points, 9 to 10 assists. He's going to have a phenomenal year statistically. Also, you have Clint Capella, who's an unrestricted free agent at the end of the season. So you have an expiring contract. You have Onyeka, who you read up on for the next 4 years. What else was that need bright spot? Dyson Daniels. I guess that's an interesting fit. You know, how's he going to pair or play in his minutes in Atlanta? So that's a guy that went lottery, to the Pelicans a couple of years ago. Good defensive wing. The offense, as far as outside shooting, didn't pan out too much so far throughout his career. There's really not much to say about this team, man. It ain't cute. It ain't pretty. It's not really that good roster-wise. 2 years ago, I think they drafted Kobe in the first round. He haven't really had any opportunity to play. Don't know if he's going to have opportunity to play this year. Let me pull up their depth chart so far and see what they potentially may be working with as far as the starters. Let's see. So Kobe should see the court this year. With DeJounte out the way. You'll probably have Kobe or Dyson coming off the bench as your backup guards. The trade is looking like Bogdanovic. Don't know if they're going to start Zach or DeAndre. DeAndre Hunter's a guy that's been starting there for the last couple of years since he's been there for the most part. So we'll see how that pans out. And I expect Jalen and Clint Capella to be the 4 and the 5. So under on this team, don't expect them to win or come out of the play-in. Personally, I think you're going to see some teams at the top that's just better than the Hawks in the play-in. Could be the Magic, could be the Heat, could be the Pacers, could be the Cavs. You never know. Cavs are probably going to be good, though, but could be the Cavs. Uh, so yeah, not making. I don't have the Hawks making the playoff. Hold on, let me go back. Let me circle back. Let me circle back. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't have the Hawks making the playoffs. They're not going to be one of the best 8 teams or one of the teams that come out of playing, in my opinion. Because again, I think one of these 8 teams that's up here right now, two of them will be in the play-in again. So I don't know what 2 is going to be, but like I said, it could be the Heat, could be the Magic, could be the Sixers, could be the Bucks, whoever. But 2 of those teams are going to be in the play-in, and I would expect those 2 teams that come in at the 7th or 8th seed to come out of the play-in. So they drafted Zachary, can't remember how you say it, with the first pick in the draft. He's like 6'7", 6'8", small forward, something like that. So no playoffs for the Hawks. I think they're going to entertain, or they should entertain, the opportunity to trade in Trae Young. It's a guy that's been there for 7 years. This is 7th year now. You tried to pair him with DeJounte Murray. It didn't work out. And all signs are pointing to you guys not being that good of a ball club. So I think you try to get as many draft assets or capital as you can for trading Trae Young. Your first round pick this year goes to the Spurs. You also have another first round pick I think you get from the Lakers. Yeah, they have a first round pick that goes, from the Lakers via the Pelicans, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So they may have a first round pick this year from the Lakers or the Pels. And then they have a first round pick thing that's, as far as with Sacramento, if it's between 1 through 12, it goes to the Kings. If it's 13 through 30, it goes to the Hawks. So that's probably going to be 13 through 30. So they can have 2 first round picks this upcoming draft. And why not trade Trae Young? You can probably get more for this draft or even next year's draft. And yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got on my Atlanta Hawks, man. Not making the playoffs. I have them going under the 36 win mark as of right now. And trade Trae Young if you can. And if you play fantasy basketball, look into Jalen Johnson. He's a great guy to have in fantasy basketball. He's a do-it-all wing. Score, rebound, pass, and etc. So pretty much all I got to say about the Hawks, man. I don't know if anybody else.
When you say not making the playoffs, do you think they losing the play-in, or you don't even think they top 10?
Nah, they top 10. They just not making a. They not making a. Like I think the 10th seed this year. So the 10th seed last year won 36 games. I think this year the 10th seed in the East is going to be between 34 to 36. Probably 34, 35, right? Because I think teams in the East and West are just better, right? And the teams below, that was in the play-in last year, they just did not get better. Like the Nets didn't get better, the Raptors didn't get better, the Hornets didn't get better, the Hawks didn't get better. Now, can these teams come back and be better than what they were last year? Yeah, but they realistically didn't get better.
How did the Hornets not get better when they got their better?
The Hornets, yeah,
again, like I said, did these teams did not improve their roster, but can they be better than what they were last year? Yeah, that's literally what I said. But if you look at the Hornets last year, 21 games, is that jumping to 37? No. Is that jumping to 36? No. That's why I said
when you have your best player.
All right, cool.
I'm about to say, why can't
if y'all on the opposing side, cool. Tell me why.
So the Hawks will be the same thing as last year, right?
Just tell me why. Yeah, I think the Hawks will be winning between 30, 40, 36 games. Yes.
Okay.
Now tell me why the Hornets. Now tell me why the Hornets would jump from 21 to 36 now.
No, they won't. They won't. Having their best player back doesn't matter.
Okay,
right?
Cool. So push back with no reason. Okay, cool. What you saying, push back with no reason. Do you want to bet on it? BJ, do you want to bet on it?
Yes. I like them over 21 wins. Yes.
All they need is help.
Yes.
That's what we're telling you. That's the reason.
Yes.
This nigga said 21. Well, guys,
okay. So what did they win last? What did they win? What did they win last year? What did they win last year?
What you mean?
What did they win last year?
As far as drastically improving their roster.
How many games did they win last year? How many games did they win last year? How many games did they win last year?
Bro, you're not listening to
how many games did the Hornets win last year?
They didn't even try to listen to what I was saying, bro. They did not.
How many games did the Hornets win last year?
What we were saying,
bro. He's answered what you were saying before you even said it. He said they didn't improve their rosters. They're gonna play better because the players on there is healthy.
Nigga,
they still on their team.
No, I basically said that without saying it the way he just said it.
That's what I'm saying.
I basically just said that. I basically just said that without the way that he said it, bro. Basically,
Bruh,
literally.
you didn't
You
say
can
that,
literally,
bro.
no, you know,
He just do that. He just do that.
you know the
on
easiest thing
you,
you
and
can
you
do.
just took it.
You can literally go to YouTube right now if you care to, and literally, and we're
Bruh,
back.
Ez literally
you
said
said
that.
the first part. I'm talking about you never say the second part. He just threw that out there.
All right.
They won 20. Okay, yes.
How many games did the Hornets win this year?
B More said they won 21 games. Okay, so how much they win more than 21?
Like I keep telling you, it's all on health. If they're healthy, they can win about
I
like
like the
like
over 21.5.
So, oh my fucking God! Did y'all just witness what just happened? He just said if they're healthy, they're winning 34 or 35 games.
Nigga, what the
My
I
point,
tell you, there's about to be some good ass
brother, and my whole entire
Bro.
point is the 10th seed in the East are not winning over 36 games or 36 games to me. So you basically just said what the fuck I said.
No.
You're not understanding.
I literally said that.
He said that. He said that.
Thank you, Taz. Like what the fuck?
Y'all don't get it, bro.
You are burnt,
this nigga just made my point.
Like
I
I
don't
understand.
Y'all niggas is gaslighting my nigga Ed, bro. He said it, bro.
If a team didn't get no better, why do you think they're gonna win more games? If a team did not get no better, why do you think they're gonna win more games?
You got it, bro. I don't think you're following what I'm trying to say. I don't
think you're following what we're trying to say.
Yeah. No, I don't think I don't think y'all follow what I'm trying to say, bro.
And we're telling you they're gonna win more games because they're gonna be healthier this year. Nigga, they won 21 games last year. Nigga, my argument is that they're gonna win more than 21 games this year. What are you talking about? That's really what you said. That's what started this.
Okay.
Queen came up here wanting to be a cheerleader. I don't know what's wrong with him. I guess you got him on payroll. God bless to him. I guess he needs some money. I don't know.
Don't respond to the bad joke. Don't respond to the bad joke, Twin. Hold on, let him finish. Hold on. All right, I think he's done. So again, I don't think y'all listened to nothing I just said. I said, in my opinion, the 10th seed in the East will win below 36 games because all the fucking teams below the Hawks do not get better as far as drastically improving their roster. Can they be better than what they were last year? Yes, but they did not get better to step them to have over 36 wins. I don't know how to y'all not understand that. The other Hornets will win more games than 21 games this year. They
pull up.
Hello, when you have your best player, when your best player is back and he can play at least 65 games, you don't think they're gonna fucking win more games? How the fuck is that not improving the fucking team?
Brother, I don't know if you're trying to be funny or not, but I'm not saying the Hornets are not going to win more than 21 games. My point is, whoever's below the Hawks last year went out with more than 36 games. That's the fucking point.
But you said they didn't get better. Obviously, if they had their best player back, they got better.
Yeah, you got it, bro. You got it.
What the fuck?
So scroll down, L.
So when they had LaMelo last year, they were, and this is not to the argument, so I'm not in on anything.
I know it's true.
So to this, they were 7-15 with LaMelo last year before LaMelo went down. They can definitely make a run for that 10th seed. I do think they,
because their best player is back.
Yes, and that is a true statement. But
Melo.
But yeah, I do. Like
I'm a Melo fan, but I just can't. I can't.
Byron, they're gonna fucking win more than 21 games.
Okay, that's cool. I can see that.
That's not the point. Look what Ted just typed in the chat. My point was the 36 mark. Nobody that won under 36 games last year are going to win more because they not make drastic improvements to the roster. That's my point.
I don't
so
think
it sounds like y'all arguing two different points.
Yeah, they wasn't even listening to me, bro. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it sounds like y'all arguing two different points. Well,
I
it sounds like you saying they're not going to be better. You saying they're not going to be better, and they saying that they're going to be better than 21 games.
No, my point is nobody that was below the Hawks last year did anything to drastically improve their team to win more than 36 games this season. The 36 is the mark because the Hawks won 36 games last year and they were the 10th seed.
Oh, okay. So, you don't think they're going to be better in terms of placement in the rankings?
Yes, that's all I was trying to say, bro.
And BJ saying in general they just going to be better because of Melo.
Which I never said they would.
Yeah, that's just two different arguments. That's what I'm peeping. That's just two different. You don't think they're going to be better in terms of placement? They're going to be exactly where they at. They're not going to jump nobody in the rankings. So they're not going to be better in terms of placement. And BJ saying, they're going to be better because they best player back, but they not gonna be. Yeah, that's just two different.
Yeah, he said they're gonna be better. I can't say they're gonna
win. We had two different. That's cool.
That's two different arguments.
We don't even got to keep. You know what I mean? But I do think the Hornets could be better than the Hawks this season.
I'm not mad at you for thinking that.
But it would definitely be heavily reliant on.
That's a good argument.
Yeah,
I think. But it also does matter if Rashard is what the Hawks think they drafted him for. Obviously, that's going to be.
Who they drafted?
I'm not that high on Rashard.
Oh yeah, that love.
Zachary.
A random porn guy.
That look like Zachariah.
Zachariah or whatever.
Zachariah. Yeah, I don't know.
Zachariah.
Some French bullshit.
I'm calling him Zach.
Zachariah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think all eyes on him and Jalen Johnson. My fault.
Damn, Barry, you let Z-Farm disrespect French like that?
What'd he say?
He said some French bullshit.
I said it was some French bullshit. You know?
Come on, Z-Farm. That ain't for me and you,
disrespect
that ain't for me and you, Z-Farm. Chill out, bro.
I don't see you root for Bilal Coulibaly. Sorry, man.
He actually a little dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, like, look, I'm trying to tell you. Look, hey, he about to be like that this year, bro.
Hey, man, you talk about Lay Wizards.
Byron, why not playing with you, bro?
She's not feeling good. She about to be on her hating shit all day today.
Did anybody else have any other? Like BJ, I don't know what y'all were doing, but I appreciate y'all sparking me up. Cause now I'm back re-energized for sure. Y'all was
no problem, big bro. That's what brothers are for. Pick you up when you down.
Y'all was tripping, bro. No funny. Any other thoughts on the Atlanta Hawks though, as far as over under the 36 win mark?
I like them getting that.
I ain't gonna lie. I think.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna end up moving off a trade, bro. They're gonna end up moving off a trade. They don't even have a pick.
They won 36 last year, Byron.
If they move off trade, they could probably get a first round pick.
Goddamn DMV brothers.
I can't hear both.
Yeah.
My fault. Go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead.
Now I would just say I think Atlanta gonna end up moving off of. I thought Atlanta gonna end up moving off trade. I realized they don't even have their first round pick this year. But then I thought, but if they move off trade, they could probably get a first this year. Well, I was thinking they may be able to get first for multiple firsts. So, but if they do that, they'll probably take their season though.
I do want to say, respond back to you. It's hard for me to see them trading Trey in season. Like, I don't think Trae Young will get traded in season. I think Trae Young is more so of an off season.
That's like facts.
Yeah. Why do you feel that?
He got to come out of request. He got to come out and request it, and I don't think that's going to happen.
He's not a trade deadline asset. You need to work on your salary cap, especially new CBA.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to do some loopholes. You got to do some salary fillers. Third team, maybe a fourth team.
How many more years he got on his contract?
He just signed like a year ago or two, right?
He got 2. So he's going to opt out after next season. So he got a player option for the 26-27 season, which he's going to opt out of. So he can become a free agent in 2026, 2027. So he got this season and next.
So he got 2 more years.
Yeah. I just think that like Justin and Shaggy said what I was basically saying. Trae Young, if he's not coming out and saying, I want to get traded, and that would have happened, in my opinion, this offseason. When he seen them trade DeJounte Murray, when he seen him get the first round draft pick or first pick in the draft, and then trade DeJounte or however the way the order went, then he should have realistically looked at the roster and be like, okay, this is not realistic for my goals as far as if that's going deep in the playoffs or winning a championship. Let me request a trade now. Since he didn't do that this offseason, I don't see it happening mid-season. So I think realistically it will happen next year. He'll be an expiring contract. He'll negotiate with the team. Sort of kind of what Siakam did. Siakam was expiring. And he knew he was going to stay in Indiana. I think it'd be a situation like that. Trae Young get traded, but he'd be to a team that he know he will extend with, in my opinion. I think that's how it'll probably happen. It'll be a next offseason trade for Trae Young for me, I think, versus this season, midway or during. Any other thoughts on Atlanta Hawks from anybody? Any other thoughts on Atlanta Hawks? I heard you trying to say something.
Yeah, I got my thoughts.
No, I was just I disagree with the pick a lot. I don't know why they went for him. I disagree with it. I think we'll see later in the season. Number 1 overall pick. They should have traded it, but
I mean, it has to have the proper value though. It's easy to like number one pick, Trae Young on your franchise. You should move it. Try to get a player that can help you win now. But who is that player? And like the value around the pick, I just don't think was there for a lot of teams this year. Especially for teams like, all right, in these scenarios, like these instances, teams, even if they are 7th in the draft, right, and they want to move up, do these teams have premier players that the Hawks feel like, hey, this is a good player to put beside Trae, and build to the future. And for the teams that may, all right, we want to blow it up. Do they have the premier players? And I just don't think a lot of teams. I think it was a bad year to get number one for the Hawks. If this is the year or the previous year, I think the Hawks are perfect because if they wanted to move it, it would have all-time value last year and in this year's draft. I mean, this upcoming year's draft. But yeah, just a tough draft, tough break. But I think Risacher could. I don't think he's going to be a superstar, but I think he'll be a contributing player, and figure the rest out. And they should be bad again. It's not like Trae Young doesn't. He's not an automatic playoff berth. So they should be bad again and put themselves in a position to get another young player, and hopefully things break in their favor again.
Let me chime in real quick. I remember there was a anonymous source, even though I'm not really a fan of the anonymous source. The nigga said this year's first round pick on the open market's evaluation, or where it approximately for a trade would be Tobias Harris level player. That's how bad you feel me, GMs and all of those type of people, scouts, thought this year's pick was. That's why you got to keep it. I mean, it's low value. And also, looking at this roster, I'm going to be honest, Okongwu was supposed to be that next player. Clint Capella had a down year last year. Okongwu was supposed to be what Jalen is right now. It's just a weird type team. You feel me? You trade DeJounte, you get Dyson Daniels. I mean, you get Larry Nance Jr. It's like they're trying to stop the inevitable. You got to move off Trae. You got to do a full rebuild, even though you don't have your first round pick this year, because of the DeJounte trade. It's you got to win and you got to somewhat be competitive. I don't know.
Well, that's why I said I think they should have looked at Trae. I wasn't necessarily talking about a player. I think they should have contacted San Antonio and tried to get that pick back for next year. And I think the Spurs would have been perfectly okay with drafting Sarr. So I think they should have contacted them at least and see if they could have got this year's pick. Because this year's pick, in my opinion, even if it is a 7 or 6, you can get a Dylan Harper, and I think that has more value than Risacher. So, I think they should just contact the Spurs and maybe got their pick back, maybe another asset as well. But I guess they just.
I don't hate that idea. I don't hate that idea at all.
Risacher. Okay, Risacher.
Yeah, I've said it several times. Zachary Risacher.
Okay. Yeah, man, that's the Atlanta Hawks, man. Anybody got any other? Twin, I like what you said. Be more actually agree with what you said too, as far as Onyeka and Jalen. I just think that it's been different situations. Jalen came in and was able to start. While Onyeka is playing 25, let me just say 20 or 30 minutes off the bench, and have an opportunity, but also still, like I said, it's a different level of confidence or comfort, in my opinion, when you're performing, when you're starting, when you should be the starter. But he probably thinks that. I think Atlanta probably knows he's the better center right now as well. Capella's, he's not going to be in the way after next season. They're not going to resign him. I doubt it. But yeah, I mean, I think that Jalen had the opportunity to come in and start versus Onyeka coming off the bench, and I don't even know how many minutes he's even playing. I probably would say 24, 25. He's still putting up probably 10 and 8. So 10 and 7 on 61%, on 25 minutes, right? But when you look at his career, I think he always hovered around 20 to 20. Yeah, he's always been hovering around 20 to 25, and not really being a starter, even down to the field goal attempts. So I don't know. I think he's a good player, but I think when he sees the north of 30 minutes or high 20s, I think you'll see the production rise. And you even going to see that this year. I think he's going to play probably more minutes than Capella this year, if you ask me. And you'll see that 10 points probably turn to 13, 14, especially with them being a young team and needing scoring from all 5 guys or more than 5 guys on the team. That's all. But I mean, it was a good point out. I like what you said, so that's why I brought it up. I think that'll be it for the Atlanta Hawks.